Hey, how's it going, everybody? I hope you all are doing well. This is me, Mo the Book Talker, back again with another video. Guys, so basically, in this video, I'm just gonna basically talk about what are some of the mistakes new readers or people who are just starting to get into reading make, okay? These are some of the mistakes that you really want to avoid as a new reader. So pretty much I'm gonna break it down, and basically I'm just gonna explain in detail what those mistakes are. Okay, so the first mistake that new readers make when they start out reading is they read too quickly. So what do I mean by that? Basically, when you're starting off reading a book, you don't want to read too quickly, because if you do read too quickly, you're pretty much not going to remember what you read. You're pretty much not going to remember what you read. You know, you're not even going to remember the story plot, and you really want to avoid that mistake. So the best suggestion is to take your time reading the book. You know, focus on really reading the book deeply. Okay, and that way you would have a better understanding of acknowledging the story on what's it about. Tip number two is, it's going to go back to tip number one, is staying focused while reading a book. Here's what I mean by that. When you first start out reading a book, you know, we get distracted a lot, you know, especially in the environment that we're currently in. You know, it could be something like, you know, for example, like let's say you're reading a book and there's a bunch of noise. It could be at your house, it could be at a public place. You want somewhere, you know, very quiet, you know, very calm. If you read in a really in a place where there's a lot of noise and background, you're not staying focused as a new reader. So what you want to do is you want to find a quiet place for you to really focus on reading that book. And that way things are going to pick up, okay? So that's tip number two. Tip number three is, you know, not rereading the book. Here's what I mean by that. When you finish the book, we all have this thought in our heads that, okay, that's it, the book is done. But you really want to reread the book, okay? And here's what I mean by that. Especially if it's a nonfiction book, okay? When you're rereading the book, you'll have an understanding of the key points that are being taken away from the book. You know, once you reread it, you're gonna understand a little bit more, especially with the annotating. Especially when it comes to fiction too, you're gonna start to really understand, you know, what the story is really about. Especially when you're reading a fiction, you're gonna start to understand the main key points in that book, especially in fiction books. So what you want to do is you want to reread the book again, in case if you really want to dive deep. And these go with literature books as well. Okay. Tip number four is very, you know, is not reading the words correctly. You know, the pronunciation, spelling. Here's what I mean by that. When we first starting out to read a book, we tend to go as we are reading. We're reading in a paragraph where, basically, if there's a difficult word, oftentimes we mispronounce the word. So what you want to do is you want to basically take a word, to take that word and ask, because nowadays we have technology. Acts like Google or Gemini or ChatGPT to pronounce the word for you. Once the word is pronounced, it'll be much easier for you to pronounce the word and not make the same mistake when you're mispronouncing the word. So that's another tip. Another tip would be to reading difficult books in the beginning as a new reader. Here's what I mean by that. Let's say you're getting into philosophy, and you start, you know, reading hard advanced philosophy books. You're gonna have a difficult time with understanding key points in the book, especially with like nonfiction books like philosophy, history. You want to you really want to get beginner books that will really help you, and this will give you this will basically give you a key boost to really understand, you know, the key elements in what you're reading. Because if you're just reading intermediate and advanced books, you're not gonna grasp the knowledge that well. So that's the tip that I have for you. So guys, whether you're a new reader or you just started reading a few years ago, those are the tips for today. I hope you take away from this video, if any of these tips are hopefully useful. These are for basically new readers that are just getting started to read. I hope that helps you guys out. I'm gonna see you in the next video. Take care and enjoy your day. Happy reading. Peace.